Kate Fletcher. Today I'm going to be doing a technique video. Now this is a technique I learnt maybe a year or two ago, but I don't think I've actually ever shown it on my channel. So it's a stamping technique and I'm going to be using Memento Tuxedo Black to stamp in. I'm going to be using my lovely new stamping platform, which you may have seen the review video on, but if you haven't, it's under playlists under review videos. I have actually already pre-prepped the cardstock that I'm going to need, and I'm going to link it all in my blog, and there'll be a link in the description box of this video to go straight to the right page on my blog to get dimensions and you know, all that kind of thing. So I've got watercolour cardstock and I've got normal cardstock. And then when I was prepping, I actually had an idea of what stamp set I wanted to use. But when I was flicking through the stamps, a different one jumped out at me, and I honestly think it's because of the weather we've had today. Now, I don't know what it's been like where you are, but here it has been cold, windy, rainy. It has been awful. I really honestly thought I had woken up in October. So for that reason, I think that's why I've been drawn to the Autumn Harvest stamp set from Creative Stamping Magazine. So I'm going to be using this one, and then I'm going to be using my Distress inks to colour the image. So I'm just going to get this out the way for 1 second. So as you see, I've got various different sizes of cardstock. I'm going to take out the coloured ones for now, because all I want is my watercolour cardstock. Now you don't have to use watercolour cardstock, you can use any cardstock you want. I'm just using it because I'm going to, funny enough, be doing some watercolouring. So I also have some washi tape here, and I'm going to use it to stick these one on top of the other and hold them in place. You can use any low tack tape, and I know there are some special craft ones and like glue dots or like the tape runner things. But you know, I have always found washi tape works just as well, and I don't really have any of the other things, so I'm just going to use what I've got. Okay, so I've stuck those one on top of the other, as you can see, just using my washi. And now I'm going to put these in my stamp platform. Now I will apologise in advance because this may well wobble about a bit while I'm stamping, but we will see. So I'm just going to grab my stamp set out, and it's a really lovely stamp set, but I think what I'm going to use is this sunflower here. And what you need to do is lay it over all 3 layers of the cardstock. So you do need a fairly large stamp to do this technique. Now this technique that I'm going to be doing is called triple time stamping, and it's called triple time because we have 3 layers. You can do double time and then you only have 2. There's all different types of this technique, and I'll probably do some more videos on the other ones because, as I say, it is quite good fun. I'm just going to really quickly try and stamp this up without too much wobbling for you. And then I'm just going to close the lid of the platform and hopefully get a good impression first time and not have to restamp. But we will see. And I'm just going to go over that again. It's not the end of the world that it's not perfect, but I do want it to be a bit better than that. So So do you have a favourite kind of technique? Like, is it a stamping technique? Is it a card making technique? Tell me in comments, like, what do you like to do? Do you have a preference? I always think it's nice to get to know each other and like what people like to do, but I think it's fun to also go out of your comfort zone, which is why it was nice when people joined in my craft challenge, because several people did say that they'd gone out of their comfort zone, tried something new and enjoyed it. And you know, I find that quite a lot, whether it's flicking through a magazine and thinking, oh, what's that, or being on the challenge group I'm on, you know, even the Papercraft Society boxes, I think, because you have no control over what's coming through your door. So like the Big Crafty box we had recently was very mixed media, which I'm not really into, but it made me want to be. So I think it's fun to try new things. Okay, so I'm literally just stamping. I want a good impression, but it doesn't have to be perfect. You'll see why in a little bit. You may have come across this technique before, you may not, I don't know. But it's really fun to do. So I'm literally just making a random pattern. When I did this before, I used a stamp set, again, Creative Stamping Magazine, and I did like a beach scene, and I was going to go with that stamp set again tonight while I filmed this, because I thought, well, better the devil you know, hence the blue card, if I'm honest. But I was like, well, I know it worked, and you know what stamps I used, and it was tried and tested. But then I just thought, you know, use a different stamp set, try something different, Kate, you know what you're doing. So, and you know, this stamp set did call to me. I honestly think it's because of the awful weather we had today. Honestly, it was disgusting. I gave the pony a day off. Didn't fancy doing anything in that weather. She was more than happy to stay in and just, you know, mind her own business and eat hay. So she doesn't get many days off, but when the weather's like it was today, I don't think it hurts. But yeah, that is why I think this stamp set called to me today. Hopefully by the weekend it'll be nicer, because I'm having a little birthday barbecue with the girls at the yard, obviously socially distanced and everything, but yeah, it would be nice if we had some sunshine for that, but we shall see. I can't control the weather, sadly. That'd be a great trick, wouldn't it? Imagine being able to control the weather. I'd make a fortune. So I'm really liking how this is looking, I have to say. I don't know if you remember, I think this stamp set must have come out maybe October last year. And I actually made a card with it straight away because I loved it, and it got published in Creative Stamping Magazine, which was really, really nice. It's lovely when you get published and you don't know you're going to be in there. So it always pays to share your work on social media, because you never know who's going to see it and be like, oh, let's do something with that. Right, I'm going to maybe switch to, no, I'm not, I'm going to put that one slightly off the page. Try not to overlap, and I'm trying not to get ink everywhere. Let's try it there. Don't think it's overlapped with the others too much. Hopefully I'm still in shot, despite moving it all around. Also, in comments, how about tell me, what is your go-to style? So we've spoken about, hopefully by now, like what your favourite kind of thing is. What's your go-to style? If you've got to do something really, really quick, what do you grab from your stash? What's your go-to? Like, have you got a go-to collection? Have you got a go-to fold? Have you got a go-to colouring medium? What do you grab if you need something really, really quick? So I think I'm going to put another one just there. So as you can tell, this is a little bit all off the cuff, but hopefully it's gonna work out. I'm sure it'll work out okay. So I've been experimenting lately with different ways to send stuff out. Different ways to send happy mail, for example. Rather than just putting it in an envelope, I've been going through, finding nice papers and seeing what I can do with them, which has been really good fun. You may not always see it in my Project Share Sunday videos, but 9 times out of 10 it will be in my Instagram. So if you're not already following me, it'd be lovely if you did, and then you'll be able to see kind of what I'm up to, because I do try to post to Instagram most days. So now I need a sentiment for the middle. So I've pulled off the thankful for you because I think that just sounds nice. I'm going to try it on a jaunty little angle. I'm not bothered about it going straight through the middle, but I think maybe at a nice little angle. Now obviously this one doesn't need to overlap anything, and actually I just realised that I've turned my card round. I was going to have it that way up. Oh well, looks like it's going to go landscape now. Not a problem. So I'm going to do this in black as well. Down. This might need doing more than once. I know Thanksgiving is really, really popular in America, and we don't really do it over here, do we? But it's not till like, is it October, November? Late October I think it is, isn't it? But what are you thankful for? Let me know in comments, because I would be really interested to know. Personally, I am really thankful for the wonderful people I've met while I've been doing YouTube, the friends I've made. I'm thankful for everyone that's subscribed to me. I'm trying to grow the channel, so every subscriber literally makes me beam from ear to ear. I am thankful for my beautiful daughter, my wonderful husband, and I'm thankful, well, I'm actually thankful for quite a lot. I won't keep going on. Thankful for my very wonderful friends at the yard where I keep my horse, for all their support. I've got quite a lot to be thankful for, but I won't go on. Right, I am happy with how that has come out. I think that is really, really cute. So I am now going to put the video on high speed while I watercolour the sunflowers, and then I'll slow it back down when I get to the next part. Okay, so that is what it looks like currently. It's really cute. I'm really happy with it. It's a bit wet, but I'm gonna go with it. So I'm gonna bring in my coloured layers, and I'm really carefully going to take these off of each other and pair them up. I'm really awful. I do save washi. I know it's like not expensive really, but I do try and get multiple use out of it. How bad am I? Right, I don't want to try and move these around a whole lot because I want to know how to stick these back down again. Okay, so now I'm going to now stick these to their mats and layers. You can wait till they're dry, but I'm just going to crack on. I'm going to grab my glue. I'm just going to be a bit careful because they are wet. I'll flip it over and I'll glue on the back. You could use foam tapes to do this, and that will give you extra dimension, but I'm just going to use my glue. So I don't know about you, but when I'm posting cards, I find that if I've used foam pads to give something dimension, often it results in needing a large stamp, whereas if I just use glue, I can normally get away with your standard stamp. And I don't want to sound cheap because I'm really not, but you know, when you're sending a few cards out at a time, it does kind of matter. So let's just put this on here. So do you take into account postage costs when you're making cards or projects? I don't think I did until recently, if I'm honest, but money's quite tight and I just think it's quite sensible to take that into account. So, and I have got my handy little measure thing, if you remember, that John got me for Christmas, the post office thing where you can kind of tell which slot it's going to go through. Obviously I think weight also comes into it, but when it's just a little card, it is quite handy to just be able to test it through the post office doofer that he got me. Right, now I just need to layer these up. Got to try and remember which way they went, so that was around there, and that one goes there. How cool does that look? So I'm going to stick those down while I can remember where they all go. It's the good thing about using the sunflower stamp is it is pretty obvious where it all goes because of the centres. And then I'm going to flip this one over. Whereas some stamps, I think maybe might struggle a bit. Put this one down here. And that's pretty much done. How cute does that look? Isn't that beautiful? So now all I've got to do is put that on a card base. Now when I've done this before, I have made this bottom layer my card base, but I thought I would try it on a 6x6 card today, which was great until I realised actually there was too much white top and bottom. So I thought this might work quite well because it's got the green like leaves, and that was from a paper pad that Roz sent me. I think that's really actually quite pretty. So I'm just going to stick this one down, and then I need to decide whether I'm going to be putting any embellishment on there, because I'm not sure it actually needs it, but I do like to add a bit of bling to cards. I didn't used to embellish my cards at all, but recently for some reason I just can't help myself and they don't feel finished until they've got something. I'll just whack this on here, and as I said, I will link in the description box of the video a link to my blog so you can get all the measurements for the various cardstocks and things. I'm just going to put that on there. But I just thought I'd do it that way rather than tell you all the measurements and have you sit there with the pen and paper. I thought actually, wouldn't it be better just to put it on the blog, put a really nice quick easy link in that you just click to, go straight to the right page, saves all the faffing. I hate faffing. Okay, and there we go. I think that's really quite cute. I am kind of tempted to just add something, but I don't know what. Maybe my ladybirds. Let's have a look at those. Let's have a look. Does it need a couple of ladybirds maybe? That's sort of cute. I'm not sure ladybirds are autumnal. Do they hibernate? Don't tend to see them in the winter. I'm seeing them loads at the moment. I think I'm going to put those on there, you know. I think they're quite cute. So I could have used foam pads because I have a feeling these ladybirds will now need a bigger stamp, but never mind. I think this is really, really cute. There we go, all done. Okay, so that is the finished card. How cute is that? I'm so happy with it. So that was triple time stamping. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Haven't tried triple time stamping, I hope you give it a go and I hope you enjoy it. If you have done it before, maybe you're gonna have another go, I don't know. But thank you very much for watching today. I hope you're all well, I hope you are safe, I hope you're having better weather than I am. I will be back soon with more videos, so take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.